The Syrian refugee crisis, you know what? It's happening. It's a tragic thing, and everybody has an opinion and a different view on it. People in every country are saying things like, bring them all in, bring millions of people, don't bring any, bring 10,000, bring 20,000, and people are fighting amongst themselves. I mean, it's just an awful thing what's going on. The name calling in America, in Canada, and so many other countries, in Switzerland and Germany, and the countries that are close by, Saudi Arabia and others, are saying, we're not going to take any. Will they ever? I don't know. I mean, they could be terrorists in there, they say, and other people say this and say that, and they're just Muslims, and what about the Christians? They're staying home, and what's true anymore? Who knows what? And I got to tell you, in Canada in particular, recently, the past Prime Minister, Jean Chrétien, he hit the newsways by saying the present government, they're terrible, they should open the doors and bring everybody in. He's a liberal. Who's going to pay for all this stuff? There's a lot of consequences that go along with this refugee stuff, and people don't think about it. All they do is name call. Again, back to Christian. I mean, that's just a terrible opportunist thing. I mean, there's an election going on in Canada, and he's going out of his way to call down the Conservative government in terms of their re-election ability. He's saying they're bad, they don't have a heart, they don't have any compassion, open the doors, bring in the boats, bring in the planes. Duh. There's like 8 or 9 or 10%, depends what region of the country you are in, unemployment, and now you're going to add more. America's the same. On it goes. I mean, can't people sit down and have a talk about this without yelling and name calling? Duh. I got a philosophy. Philosophy? I got something. Let me give you the hillbilly approach from my perspective, because I don't know much about this stuff. I mean, I got a grade 8, and what do I know? And I ain't a politician, but it would seem to me that if you live in a house, and the other side of town, there's a bunch of houses, and those neighbors, they live in your town, we'll call them neighbors. Somebody else, a bully, comes along and beats them up and kicks them out of your house. What do? If I got to think about it. I got to go home and talk to my wife and my family. If I move them all into my home, there's an impact here. Where are they going to sleep? What am I going to do with them? And I'm still the earner. They don't even speak my language, so I got to make the money. I got to look after them. Some of them will help, but when they help and they start washing the dishes, my kids don't have anything to do, so now they're sleeping all day. It goes on, and what's next? And then some of them might come and slit my throat at midnight. I don't know. We've got different cultures. They live over there, and I live here. I mean, I don't know, but I want to help them. I truly want to help them because there's a bully. What do? What are my choices? One, I can go beat up the bully. I can attack the bully. That would be the equivalent of having troops sent in. Number two, I can bring them into my house and let them have an impact on my world. And what do I do now? I mean, they're all with me, and their houses were taken over by the bully. Number three, I can help them the other way. Well, I guess I can go and say, here's food, here's temporary quarters. We're going to call it a green space. I'm going to get all the other neighbors to work with me. We're going to, in your backyard, we're going to fence this green space, and we're going to make sure you're safe. By the way, it is your country. Maybe you should have helped to make sure it didn't get so bad. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, back to the green space. So me and all the neighbors, we're going to help create that. We're going to give you lots of food and lots of money and different things to make sure that you're safe and that you can rebuild your life. But you're back in your place, and you then go in and beat the bully up yourself. That's kind of what I would do. Hillbilly-ish? Maybe. Again, we all have opinions, but I got to tell you, there is one common denominator here, and that is we all want to help our fellow man. We don't want anybody getting beat up and mangled and different things, but you are across the water, and it is what you do. So how do we help you? Let's go across the water and help you there in your backyard, and we'll make you strong, and you can go deal with your bullies yourself some other day. In the meantime, you all need to look after your own families. Does that make sense? Kind of does to me. Otherwise, I got this great big impact on me, because who's going to pay for all of these people when they come, particularly in the country now? The liberals say, that's okay, keep them coming. The liberals, who pays the liberals now? We do. You got to kind of balance it out. And I think the green space area is very workable. We got enough of our own problems. My kids are mad at me. They won't wash the dishes already. So if I bring other people into my home, I'm not solving my issues. It's about me. I need to look after my issues. That said, I also want to reach out and help you. Are you getting it? That's just my opinion. Have your opinion too, but don't be vile. Don't call people names. What's the solution? That's why we have politicians. They're supposed to be smarter than us. Not so much, huh? In any event, we just hope that the big guy up there looks down and says, I'm going to make it better. And hopefully the suffering will end. Hey, see ya.